For PSEG, combating climate change and adapting our energy infrastructure to withstand its impacts is a major focus, along with other aspects of our ESG story. Our Powering Progress vision of helping our customers use less energy, providing them with cleaner energy, and delivering that energy with unparalleled reliability is driven by the understanding that climate change is one of the preeminent challenges of our time and that we have an obligation to act. Over the past year, PSEG has made significant progress on these climate goals, from retiring our last coal-fired unit to the acceleration of our net zero vision, which now challenges both our utility and generating operations to meet a net zero emissions goal 20 years ahead of schedule. Our strong commitment to combating climate change is one pillar of the three components of a powerful ESG profile. A balanced approach and commitment to pursue best practices in environmental, social, and governance matters, and ensure the sustainability of our company for the long term. For PSEG, the E in ESG also includes waste minimization, preserving clean air and clean water, and protecting wildlife habitats, just to name a few. At the same time, we are equally focused on the social considerations of our stakeholders. Our number one responsibility and commitment is to the safety, health, and overall well-being of our dedicated employees in their service to our millions of customers and the increasingly diverse communities we serve. And all of this takes place through the governance of a highly engaged, experienced, and diverse board of directors who oversee the organization and its strategy in a transparent, ethical way. PSEG's mission is always to be a positive force in a changing world, striving to empower and enhance the lives of all of our stakeholders. Our commitment to the principles of ESG is how we will accomplish that.
PSEG is building on its position as the largest provider of carbon-free power in New Jersey, with an unrivaled zero-carbon energy portfolio that is only getting bigger. That didn't happen by accident. For decades, our business strategy has considered not only how the effects of climate change might impact PSEG, but also how our operations affect the world we live in. PSEG already had one of the lowest carbon emission rates among the nation's power producers, and in the past year, we've completely exited coal generation, accelerated our investments in regional offshore wind, and fought to preserve not just our own nuclear plants, but the nation's entire fleet of existing nuclear generation. And finally, with the sale of our remaining fossil assets and completion of our strategic alternatives process, we'll have taken the largest step yet in our transition as a primarily regulated infrastructure company focused on providing clean energy more reliably than ever, with the more predictable earnings profile that comes with it. At PSEG, our number one priority will always be safety. The safety of our customers, our communities, and especially the 13,000 people who make up our skilled, dedicated workforce. And as we continue our transition to a clean energy future, we'll remain committed to a just transition, taking a fair and equitable and transparent approach to those in our workforce whose careers are impacted by the transforming economy.
I'm extremely proud of the performance of our people to keep our customers safe, the lights on, and the gas flowing when extreme weather strikes. I think we can all take enormous pride that PSEG's long-term resiliency investment programs, like Energy Strong and our gas system modernization program, have made all of our systems more reliable, no matter what the weather outside. And moving forward, we're planning new investments that will not only improve safety, reliability, and resiliency against extreme weather, but will also help prepare our grid and our customers for an electrified, clean energy future. From electric vehicles to the integration of offshore wind, starting from our electric transmission and distribution grid, down their streets, and all the way to their homes. Half of our 5-year, $16 billion CapEx are green investments in the climate and storm adaptation, reduction of carbon, methane, and emissions, and the transition to a clean energy future. And each of these programs boosts the economy and creates jobs, many of them aimed at workers and suppliers in underrepresented communities that have been significantly impacted by the pandemic and other economic factors. And like all of PSEG's investments, they're aligned with New Jersey's clean energy goals and our customers' increasing expectations for their energy services. PSEG is uniquely positioned to execute these programs for the protection and benefit of the millions of customers we serve. It's what we've always done for 118 years, and it's what we do best.
Good corporate governance has been foundational to how PSEG has operated over the last 118 years and will continue to provide the framework for our future success. We are very fortunate to have an extremely engaged and experienced board of directors with a rich diversity of backgrounds, experience, ethnicity, and gender that ensures we have the broad knowledge and varied perspectives we need not only to face today's challenges, but to provide leadership and strategic direction that is crucial for long-term success. Our board provides the leadership and governance for our long-term business strategy, including our strategic alternatives process, as well as governance over our corporate policies and standards of conduct that are at the heart of our diverse, equitable, and inclusive work environment and our culture of ethics and compliance. PSEG's Standards of Conduct is a dynamic document that provides guidelines for how we do business. These standards inform every interaction between our employees, with our customers, and with our communities, and our suppliers, as well as our regulators and government officials, to reinforce our culture of safety, ethics, and compliance, and to reflect our values and core commitments. Over the past century, PSEG has earned a reputation for integrity, for doing business as a trusted, honorable institution. That culture, the way we do business every day, is grounded by the leadership of our board of directors and good corporate governance.
One of the essential elements of any company's ESG profile is that it provides a window into how that organization is run. As an example, enterprise risk management is one of PSEG's governance priorities because rigorous risk management helps to ensure the long-term alignment of profitability and sustainability. And because our corporate approach to risk management is a priority for our investors, we're continuously incorporating greater transparency into our risk management strategies and our ESG disclosure materials. Every year, we strive to increase the content, the quality, and the frequency of our ESG disclosures. This year alone, in addition to our traditional SEC disclosures, we've published our inaugural ESG performance report, our first combined sustainability and climate report, and a net zero climate vision for 2030 that is one of the most aggressive of any company in our sector. This growing suite of disclosure materials reflects the heightened awareness, interest, and enthusiasm among investors for detailed information about PSEG, our operations, and our strategies. Through these materials, we're providing access to more information that will help investors of any size access information about our outstanding ESG profile and understand how we're positioning our company for the future across all areas, from our approach to risk management, to our climate change strategy, and to how we're leveraging diversity, equity, and inclusion in assembling our world-class workforce.
What has always set PSEG apart from others, and what will continue to give us a competitive advantage to help us achieve long-term success, is our people. Our commitment to our skilled, dedicated workforce falls into three distinct categories. First among these is our core commitment of diversity, equity, and inclusion. PSEG's diversity is found not just in the demographic makeup of our workforce, but also in the skills, backgrounds, and experiences our employees bring to their work. We're keenly focused on equity in both our hiring and our employment practices. And our corporate culture is guided by our vision of inclusion for all, which strives to make certain that everyone is welcome, respected, and appreciated. Second is our relentless commitment to the health and well-being of our people, which has never been more on display than during the past 18 months. In all areas of our business, we prioritize not only the physical health, but the emotional, mental, and financial well-being of our employees. And third, we support and invest in every employee with robust skills training, along with career development tools and access to mentors. And by proactively transitioning those who are impacted by changes in the business to new job opportunities. We've made progress on so many fronts during the past year, including our ongoing evolution as a clean energy infrastructure company. Continuing that progress and ensuring sustainable success of business will require the best efforts of our diverse, innovative, and dedicated workforce.
There was a time when corporate citizenship really just meant philanthropy, companies writing big checks for good causes. But today, with a changing climate and demographic changes, what it means to be a good corporate citizen has evolved to encompass all of PSEG's relationships with our customers, our communities, with our employees, with our regulators and government leaders, and ultimately with our investors. From Wall Street to Main Street, ESG issues are increasingly important to all of our stakeholders. Operational excellence, financial strength, and disciplined investments have been the hallmark of our business success for over a century. ESG has now become a key consideration, enabling PSEG to reinforce our already strong partnership with the public sector and to provide universal access to a cleaner, more equitable energy future for everyone. That's not just lip service, that's shareholder service. Whether we're talking about protecting the environment with decarbonization strategies and much more, expanding workforce diversity, creating opportunities for jobs and business partnerships, or embracing environmental justice as part of creating a just transition. We are aligning our business strategies with the interests of our stakeholders. And, in the words of our founder more than a century ago, we're making our communities better places to live and to work. That makes our company stronger, creates new business opportunities, and enables us to be more competitive because our stakeholders are more willing to support our business agenda. Corporate citizenship and ESG together are key parts of the foundation for PSEG's long-term sustainable business success.